And welcome to another review here at Frontline Model Hobbies, and something quite special this time. It's from a brand new manufacturer. Ooh. So as you can see, we've got a 1/35 scale Bergepanzer Hetzer, but it's the 3cm Flack version, so the 30mm Flack. Now it is quite interesting, but for anyone that can sort of see on there, obviously, you know, in the actual title for this video, you're going to get the manufacturer's name, but can anybody see the manufacturer's name on the front on that box? No. On the side? Yes, you can, and it's there. Custom Scale, www.customscale.de. So German company. It would have been nice to have the actual company's name. I think that's just something that's missing on there. But with that, I think maybe it's a bit of an oversight. I don't know. But either way. So let's get straight into the box. Right. So this is a top opening box. You've got like a little flap on the bottom. And it's just as simple as that. Now, in the box, individually packed sprues. Nothing like the 1/16 scale tank, which you saw the Tiger 1, but there again, very, very nicely done by looks of it, all the way through to the bottom. You got ×2 sprue there, so it lied to me. But anyway, then you've got the actual instructions and some PE parts. So bear with me 2 seconds and I'll show you the instructions. Righto then, so instructions themselves, front main page, it's, you know, do this, don't do that, follow this. These are all the hieroglyphs and what have you. So yeah, over the page, it does remind me of sort of like a CAD feel to it, kind of loosely, but anyway, there's no misinterpretation of where the parts go. It does actually show you, and I've had a look and I can understand where they all go. Putting the wheels together, I must admit, this is not going to be a very large tank. Leaf springs. So it reminds me of something like Gruber from a Low, my little tank. But anyway, there you got length tracks. So if you don't like doing tracks, then that's very nice for you. I'm guessing this is something to do with the engine component, maybe the gearbox. Putting that together, which I might be right. So you got your engine going in and putting all that together. I'm putting more bits and bobs for the engine and the actual drive shafts for the drive sprockets at the back. Putting all the little bits and bobs, put your little seat in for your driver. So you've got all the pedals, as you can see there, which are photo etched. And then putting the top hole part together, putting it on, shall I say. Exhaust on. And then you're moving on to the 30mm. So you're actually putting it all together, putting your top cover on, and you can have the top cover up or down, which is nice. You've got your jack screws there and everything to operate the weapon up and down, and you're putting your ammo belt in there with the ammo box on the side, which is quite neat. And generally speaking, that's what it's going to look like. So again, it's not a major amount of work, but yeah, that's what it'll look like. One thing to note is that you don't get decals with this one. So I'm wondering if it's because it's late war or whatever, they didn't have anything on it, they just painted it and got it out of the factory. That's the only thing that I can think of. So yeah, that is the instructions. So the PE fret then, it's got this arrangement of plastic on the back and front, just to protect the actual PE parts themselves from getting damaged. But again, you've got everything there for what you need, I reckon. You've got all your grills and everything, you've got your pedals and everything for the driver, or everything for the actual weapon, all the mechanisms to actually make it work, and this, that and the other. So it looks pretty nice out of the box, to be honest with you. Don't think you really need that much more. So ideally, I would have liked to have started off with Sprue A, but the major parts are on Sprue C, so we'll start off with that anyway. So as you can see, you've got your upper hull, your lower hull, and all your various bits and bobs to go on the hull itself. One thing of note is I do like the cross-hatched sort of detail on there for the weld seam and the horizontal weld seam going on there. Very realistic. So they didn't just do a weld bead, they've done it properly as it should be. Lower hull half, you've got all the locating points for the actual interior parts. You've got some nice detail in the back there, and some nice detail underneath as well, to be honest with you. Really nice. Nice and crisp. Everything looks within register for actual 135th armour. So yeah, it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. You have got a tiny bit of flash there, I think, just there and there, but there again, a quick swipe with a sanding stick and you should be fine. So that is one nice sprue, to be honest with you. There's next to no injection pin marks, which I've noticed, because this is all going to be visible through there. So yeah, very, very nicely done, to be honest with you, from a new manufacturer. Very good. So next up, we have Sprue A. And as you can see, you've got everything on there for your 30mm machine gun. You've got all the brackets and everything for that. You've got all your ammo box and everything. There is ever so slightly tiny bit of flash on there, as you can see on that ammo box there. But there's some injection pin marks as well, but they are raised, so they'll be a lot easier to get out. And it looks very nice indeed. I don't really see that much of a problem, to be honest with you. But again, the Hetzers, they weren't sort of over-engineered. It was just quickly weld some bits and bobs together and done. So yeah, can't fault it with that, to be honest with you. Looks very nice indeed. Next up is Sprue B, and you've just got literally everything on there. You've got all the engine and all the gearbox, some track. It's just a mix match of just a load of stuff on there. But again, looking at the details, very crisp. Those bolts look very in register, not over the top. Even the track looks pretty good. Very nice. Side fenders, again, look very nice. And there's no injection pin marks on the back. So you've got no cleanup. And again, on the tracks, you've got... Oh, sorry. I was going to say there's no injection pin marks on the track, but there is. So you might just need to do a quick swipe with that. One other thing is the engine. That looks amazing. Those grills are very, very crisp. I'm loving that detail. Yeah. Everything is pretty good on this sprue. Can't really see any flash on this one. And this looks more fiddly and there's less flash on this one. So yeah, very nice indeed. Next up, we have Sprue D, and as you can see, we've got ×2. So, well, let's just have a look at one of them. And again, like I said earlier, you've got link and length track, so you've got your length there, and there's no injection pin marks on that one. I can't see any. When you've got injection pin marks on the other one, don't understand that. But again, that looks very nice, and so does the individual track pieces there. Leaf springs, I'm going to say void of detail, but I can see them now. That looks very nice. And so does the wheels. Very, very nicely done. I can't really say much more than that. You can't really fault it with a new manufacturer. Very, 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 very nicely done. Yeah, cool. Okay, so second to last sprue. For whatever reason, we've got another Sprue B. Figure that one out. But anyway, you've got everything on here for the machine gun, but I really wanted to show you this one for two main reasons. And one is the detail on the top cover there, very, very nicely done. And on the back side, you've got all the internal working parts for the top cover and the ammo, so the 30mm ammo there, which will look stunning when picked out in the right colours. And you can do the ammo, the actual rounds, whatever colour you wanted them to do, so incendiary or what have you. So very nicely done. Okay, so last sprue, you've just got a few other bits and bobs on here. One thing to note is how very nicely done that is. Very crisply moulded, no problems there whatsoever. You've got injection pin marks inside, but I don't think you're ever going to see them. So everything on there is moulded very neatly. I can't really see any flash on there. No issues with that whatsoever. Again, another very nice sprue. Again, I forgot to mention this one's Sprue Z. And there we have it. That is custom scales Bergepanzer Hetzer 3cm Flak, or 30mm to me and you, in 1/35 scale. Now, let's face it, like I said earlier, these are a brand spanking new company, and they haven't really gone down the rabbit hole of sort of giving us too much or too little. They've given us what we need out of the box. I can't fault it in any way, shape or form. Let's face it, the Hetzer tanks were quite simple in their own right, so I think they've got the detail pretty spot on, to be honest with you. So yeah, in that regards, yeah, well done to them. Maybe, you know, like any kit, there's always room for improvement, but hey, that is what it is. One thing to note to custom scale is please put your name at the top so we know who you are, but that is just one gripe, to be honest with you. But saying that, the price of this one, it's retailing at $49.99. We haven't got this as a pre-order, but if you do want one, please get in touch with us and, you know, say that you want one and I'll sort you out a price. But anyway, just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Cheerio.